welcome back to Knitting in Our Jeans. I'm Liz.
I'm Carolyn.
And you can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as To Liz For You, TOOLIZZFORYOU.
And I'm CPREDMOR on Ravelry, and I posted nothing on Instagram, so I totally missed out on February, except for the first 4 days. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It happens.
I realized I really haven't posted on Ravelry projects that I finished so far this year, which I need to do. And I've identified 3 or 4 more sweaters that need their labels. So I am working on labels, so that's good.
That is good.
Yes. Should we talk about presents and mail first?
Sure.
Okay. I have another pattern. This is a dress I had. In fact, I had made it up. It was one of my favorite dresses, so it was so easy to wear. I had made it up in a wool plaid, and I had an elastic belt that I wore with it, and I loved it. And why I got rid of the dress, I can't tell you, because now I go looking for it and then go, it's not here. So I have the pattern now, so I'm going to add it to my pile.
Wouldn't you already have had the pattern too?
Yes, but I can't. I did not want to go downstairs and look for it. So
okay. I was going to say, that is not one that we would have thrown away.
Not necessarily, but I bought it anyway.
Okay.
So I managed, did I talk about breaking my Indian leg needle?
No, that only happened this week.
Okay. So what else came as a present?
Blocking wires.
One of our church members' family died. And she found these blocking wires, and we were talking, and she says, I don't know what to do with them. I said, I'll take them, because my husband has managed to lose all of my blocking wires. So now I've got more blocking wires. Yes.
Woohoo!
We're very expressed.
Good.
Yes.
Good.
Now, what was I going on to say about? No idea. We'll come upon it again, I guess.
I guess.
Nothing else. Oh, I ordered Indian Lake.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Needles.
You broke your Indian Lake needle.
My size 4 Indian Lake needle, which was a light color, which I guess was their maple.
Okay.
Because I'm thinking, I thought maple would be their strongest wood. Well, I went to their website, and they have named woods. I want to say like branded woods, but it's named woods. Like they have cherry, they have walnut, and they have maple.
Okay.
And then they have reconstructed wood. So basically, I think it's wood chips that are glued together.
Yes.
And they're stronger.
They're stronger.
They're stronger. So I ordered my replacement tips in the reconstituted wood.
Okay.
They make the reconstituted wood tips as small as a size 3 because they say that they're stronger.
Okay.
So I'm willing to try.
Because they're
I'm sure it'll say in the packaging when
we'll
it comes.
find out.
But yes, I think they're resin infused to keep all the wood bits together. What I have preferred, I couldn't get the walnut, so it's probably a softer wood than the cherry. I thought, well, I'll get the cherry, and then I went and looked at the reconstituted wood. I went, oh, let's try this, so maybe I won't break it. Because I have found that the hexagonal needles were very good at keeping my hands from being fatigued, so that was good. And certainly better than the other needles I got. I did order, I've been an ordering fool. I ordered carbons.
Okay.
Excuse me, size 4s, and they came, I ordered them from Amazon. They came a day later, and they're what's in the sweater now, as I will show you. But they're round. They're not as slippy as some of my other metal needles, so that's good. So I like them that they're not as slippy. They do warm up somewhat, so that's better than the metal needles. The Chow Goos were just way too slippy.
Yeah, and because no.
The yarn is slipping off of them.
Yeah.
So that makes it difficult, and the points were not sharp enough to really move the cables well.
On the Chow Goose?
Yeah, it was high might have worked.
Maybe.
But the Chow Goose, I mean, these were my fixed circulars, not the interchangeables. The highs might have been, but at that point I had a problem with the slippiness of the metal needles, and I know my highs are very slippy,
very slick. Yes.
So that really didn't seem like it would answer the issue of hand fatigue. So I find the carbons are good for the hand fatigue. They're not as good as the hexagonals, which is why I went ahead and ordered the reconstituted wood. But they're not as slippy as the metal. And for that, I'm using them until the reconstituted wood ones come. And then we will probably go back to those, because the points on the Indian Lakes are really sharp. They're really pointy, which is nice. And so anyway, that's my little diatribe about that. We're expecting more mail.
Well, that's good.
It is good.
I'm glad you did your research. I know you were very upset.
I was upset because it just snapped. It's like it just came apart.
At the connector. It came apart
at the connector, so at the base. So it wasn't that it unscrewed, because I've been screwing it back tighter and tighter. So it didn't unscrew. It snapped. So there was no way of really fixing it. I really don't like the idea of using epoxy, because there always seems to be some kind of rough spot, and I don't need that. You know, it's delicate enough wool to begin with. So that's my story. That's all my mail and gifts this week. So thank you to Bernadette.
Yeah.
Yes. She's really good in the chat sessions.
Good.
Yes. I have to. She's so funny, because I'll type a comment in the chat session for the online part of the class, and she's making sure that my comment gets out there.
Good.
So yes, it was very sweet.
Well, I have a finished object.
Oh, please talk about it.
I finished my shawl.
Oh, well.
It's done.
That's fantastic.
It's done.
Got a few ends.
Thank you for airing.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. The ends might live there. We'll see.
No, not the ones that came and hit me in the face. It's lovely.
It has a weird spot right here, but I kind of still really like it.
I like it. It's a light spot in between two dark spots.
Yeah, so it works out well. I haven't run it through the wash yet. Obviously, at some point it will be run through the wash, given that it has been
on the subway,
as stated by Kate Atherley. It has been on the subway, so who knows what it's gotten into.
That's right.
So it will be run through the wash, but I just don't have mental fortitude to deal with that right now, and I have to take this call. I will be back. Pause it.
Oh, pause it or stop it?
I don't know.
Maybe I'll continue talking, because I'm not quite sure who called and why she had to run out, but I think it was one of the Predmores. So. Oh, it's about the pick for tomorrow. It's for her job, and she was trying to make sure that everybody was ready for this pick for tomorrow. So it's very important that they get the street blocked off so that they can move this lifter, this knuckle something, up on the building. So yeah, she does have to take this call. In the meantime, I'll show you what I've been working on. So I have, this is my ink, and there went my yarn. So I have my second sleeve. I have both sleeves. And I have started the front increase of pattern. So what you do is you do either a purl front and back or a knit front and back to work on getting more of these V shapes in your sweater. So there, I just started it, so you're just really just seeing it. So this whole pattern comes this way, and you get more V shape coming here as this pulls this way. And this pulls this way towards the back center by doing a purl two together. So you're adding a stitch here and taking away a stitch here, which helps pull the pattern this way. And I am very pleased with the whole thing. I think it's working correctly. What you've got is this cable pattern and then just the straight set of lines that are coming down. And when you get to the full sweater, so much further down than I am, you'll see that you've got basically chevrons in the stitches that you're adding. So I think it's a very interesting part of the pattern. I didn't understand the directions for the first 3 rows, and in fact was trying to add too many stitches to the sweater for the first 3 rows, and then but it didn't make any sense. So then I reread it and reread it and reread it, and ended up going back, actually just dropping those stitches that I had added back 3 rows and then bring it together, and that seems to have fixed it. I had misread how you add stitches when you get down to 6 inches below the armhole. This is where they want to increase the flare of the cardigan. So at that point, I'm not adding extra stitches in the pattern. I'm adding extra stitches at the 2 side seams, and they're false side seams. It's just 2 knit stitches designating a fake side seam. And what I do every 12th row is I pick up an extra stitch. They say to knit front and back. It was not adding in a very pretty manner. So what I have instead done is pick up that center. I'm doing just a regular increase where I'm picking up that center piece of yarn, twisting it, and then doing a purl in there. And I think it gives a smoother increase in this yarn than it might. The only other thing I might do is, if I were doing the sweater again, I think I would do the increase 1 or 2 stitches in, and I would do a left increase or a right increase and do it that way, so that I'd have the side seam, and then I'd probably have 2 stitches going up to buttress the side seam, and then I'd have the increases go out from the 3rd stitch out from the center. So that's my thought pattern on that, but I'm quite pleased. It's a little more colorful than I thought it was going to be. See if I can get my needles out from within the sweater. I thought it was going to be a whiter sweater than it's turning out to be, but I'm actually quite pleased. It's turning out to be kind of a light salmonish, and I think it's going to be great for the summer. I think it's going to be able to go over just about everything, and I'm really very pleased with the way this sweater is turning out. So this is really nice. Very, very nice. Elizabeth still is among the missing, and I don't really have anything else to report on. I did work. I'm taking a class at church on Sundays. It's supposed to be at church after the 10 o'clock service, and unless I'm reading, I'm doing church online, mainly because with the change in my medications, I'm sleeping a lot later. If I want to get up and go to 10 o'clock church, I have to get up at 7 in order to make it to 10 o'clock church with the change of my medications and all of that. And I'm thinking, that's nice. But I'm not necessarily up for that. So I've been going to online church, and I've been doing this class online. The other good thing about doing the class online is that I get to work on my socks. So while we're having discussion and everybody else is attending around the table, I've got my knitting out, and I've been working on my sock. Exactly what yarn this is, let's see if I can find it. I think it's a Knit Picks, honestly. And I am enjoying the way that the colors are fading into each other. That's not as frequent as, say, what Stacy does with mustache yarn. There's not that real solid demarcation in between colors, but it really is fun to watch the new colors come up. Let's see. So I think I'm going to have to stop, because other than that, I really haven't been doing much else with my knitting. I've really been focusing on the ink and trying to get that done, because I'm trying to get some of these projects done and out of the way. I haven't shown you the pile of yarn on the floor of projects that I'd like to do. We have talked about most of the projects. Let's see. My diet continues apace. Is it doing anything spectacular? Not really, but at least I haven't gained anything. I was hoping to have lost 6 more pounds than I have. Oh well. So we'll see what happens. I have a doctor's appointment on Tuesday. That's not such a big deal. And then an appointment the following week. And we'll see if I can make another couple pounds disappear. I don't know. I just don't like to be empty and hungry, and because it tends to lead to migraines. So anyway, enough of my meandering on. We will, I'll see if we pick this up later today. Wait, I think she's coming back. Yes, she's coming back.
Quickly. Sorry, there's some work stuff happening that needs to happen for tomorrow.
So talk about what you're knitting on.
What I'm knitting on is currently my vanilla reversed sock. I got through to the heel today, which was great. And then I am working on my poetry sweater.
Oh, that's pretty.
I'm through the yoke chart, and I've just started the regular chart, and now I go till like 9 inches. And then break for sleeves.
Cool.
So yeah, that's what I'm working on. That's what's going on.
Gotta run.
We've got to run because I have to figure out what to do about something that I just got a call about. Yep. All right.
It was a knuckle what?
It's a knuckle boom.
Knuckle boom.
So I have to figure out what I'm doing, because I just found out that there are cars parked where we need cars not to be. So
we'll see you next week.
We'll see you next week. Not next week. Maybe the week after.
All right. Bye.
Talk to you then. Bye.